On this special episode of I Watch This as an Adult Movie Reviews, I give you my 10 favorite and least favorite movies of 2023. And welcome to this special episode of I Watch This as an Adult Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Mikkel Ford. We are at the end of 2023. This is the last day of 2023 as I'm recording this. I hear the firecrackers right now. They're getting ready for the new year. They're getting ready for 2024. So to end off 2023, I want to rattle off my top 10 favorite movies of 2023 and also my top 10 least favorite movies of 2023. I want to preference this with I haven't seen every movie in 2023. Okay? There's some movies that I do want to see. I just didn't have the time to go see them. I couldn't make it out to go see them. Sometimes I didn't have the money to go see them because I pay for these movies. You know, I go and see these movies. I pay for them. So all this is coming out of my pocket. I don't get any screeners. I don't get none of that shit. I wish I could, but I don't think I'm at that notoriety level yet to be getting stuff like that. But that's what I'm going to be working on in 2024. I'm going to be working on getting some more notoriety. That's my main goal in 2024 is to get out here and get known. That's my main thing. That's my main goal for 2024. But yeah, I haven't seen every movie this year, so don't be like, oh, this movie's not on your list, or this movie's not on your list. I can't believe this movie's not on your list. So like, I haven't seen everything. Okay, so let's not do that. I think I'm gonna start off with the best. I'm gonna start off with my favorite movies of 2023, and then work my way down to the worst movies of 2023. What I consider the worst movies of 2023. You can have your list. I got mine. And that's also what I consider my favorite movies. These are the movies that I enjoyed. These are the movies I enjoyed in 2023. So, like, I already know there's like one movie on here. There's one movie on here that's gonna piss y'all off, and I already reviewed it. If you listen to the podcast, it's a recent movie. I already reviewed it, and you guys already know my stance on it. You already know my feelings on it. It's on this list, and I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off. So I'm just getting you guys ready for it. And it's pretty high on the list too, by the way. It's pretty fucking high. So just getting you guys ready for it. Let's start off with my number 10 favorite movie of 2023, which is Megan. Which is the first movie that I saw in 2023. It came out in January. It came out like early January of 2023. I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed that movie a lot. I went to go see it in the theater. Had a ball watching this movie. This movie's fun. It's just big, dumb fun. Like, it's a movie that knows what it is. It's a movie that knows it's fucking stupid. You know, it's a movie that knows that it's dumb. Yeah, and I enjoyed it for that. It's very tongue in cheek. I think in my review, because I've reviewed Megan, the review is on my in my episode listings. You can check out my review of Megan. It's there. I even say like it pulled a little bit from like Terminator at the end, but like it's so goofy. It's good goofy. It's not bad. Like there's a movie on my worst list that is like the total opposite of this, where it's just like bad goofy. This movie's goofy. It's smart. It knows what it is, and I appreciate it for that. But Megan is my number 10. My number 9 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I love this movie. I love this movie. I did not. I'm gonna take a couple of points off of it because I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one. I think the first Spider-Verse movie is fantastic. I love the first Spider-Verse movie. I love this movie too, but not as much as the first one. I hope the third one tops this one, because I kind of feel like this one was. I kind of feel like this movie, even though it's on my best list, it's on my favorite list because I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I love the animation. I love the story, but it kind of felt like a setup movie. It felt like a setup for the next movie. It kind of felt like it felt a little Age of Ultron. You know how Age of Ultron was setting up like other movies in the future. That is kind of what this felt like. I know a lot of people gonna be mad. You're like, how can you compare this to Age of Ultron? What the fuck is wrong with you? I know. I've watched Age of Ultron recently. It hasn't aged well. I used to defend Age of Ultron to the death. But now I watched it recently and I understand. I understand now. I'm like, wow, this movie didn't age very well. You know, I'm like, this movie did not age very well. But it kind of has like an Age of Ultron vibe to me, where like it's like a setup movie. It's setting up the next movie, and that kind of takes me out of it a little bit. But I still, like I said, still enjoyed this movie. Like I said, it's my number 9 favorite movie of 2023. My number 8 is Air. Now, Air is a movie that is it's a very subtle movie. Because it's about how the Air Jordan changed the fortunes for Nike, changed the fortunes of Michael Jordan. And this movie is really not about Michael Jordan. It's really about the man that found Michael Jordan, Sonny Vaccaro, which is played by Matt Damon, which, if you ever seen the real Sonny Vaccaro, he looks nothing like Matt Damon. Watch there's a documentary out. It's called Soul Man, SOLE, Soul Man. And it's about Sonny Vaccaro. And watch that. It's an ESPN documentary. I think it's a 30 for 30, I want to say it's a 30 for 30. And like, watch that if you want to learn more about Sonny Vaccaro. If you want to, is it Vaccaro or Vaccaro? I think it's Vaccaro. If you want to learn more about Sonny Vaccaro, watch watch Soul Man. Like, cause I feel like Air left out some things. And also watch The Last Dance. Watch The Last Dance. They talk about like the Air Jordan stuff in The Last Dance too. Cause Michael Jordan's mom, Dolores, who was played by Viola Davis, like, she was very, very instrumental in getting Michael Jordan to sign with Nike. Cause really, without his mother, we wouldn't have Air Jordan. So we really got to thank his mom. The performances in this movie are great. Matt Damon's performance is great. Chris Tucker's amazing in this movie. I love Chris Tucker. Marlon Wayans has a very subdued performance in this movie. He's good in here. Ben Affleck has a very subdued performance in this movie. He's good. Jason Bateman is Jason Bateman. Viola Davis is incredible, of course. You know, so like, there's a lot of good acting in this movie. Like I said, very, very, very subtle film. It's a very feel good type of movie, and I enjoyed it for that. So that's my number 8, Air. Number 7 is the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I think the bloom is off the rose for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, the more this year went on, the more hatred I saw for this movie. You know, the more hatred I saw for this movie. Cause like at first it was just like, oh my god, the Super Mario Brothers movie is amazing. And as the year went on, it was like, oh my god, this movie is nothing but it's just fan fiction. It's fan service. All they do, like, there's no story. It's just a bunch of Easter eggs. It's like, oh wow, they got this from the game. They got this from the game. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I enjoyed the shit out of that. I enjoyed it for that. I don't usually enjoy Easter egg movies, but I enjoyed the fuck out of this one. Especially Jack Black. Jack Black is Bowser. Perfect. You know, Chris Pratt wasn't all that good of a Mario, but he didn't bother me as Mario, but you know, you can tell it's Chris Pratt. You know, like, you can tell it's him. But I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It was big dumb fun. You know, it was a great like popcorn movie. It was a great movie for Super Mario Brothers fans that are like really into Super Mario Brothers. You know, that's probably why I like it, because I do like Super Mario Brothers. Every time a Mario game comes out, I'm there. You know, and like, even if I gotta play like a demo of it, even if I'm playing like a demo of it, because right now I want to play Super Mario Odyssey, but I don't have a Switch, so but I would love to play that game. But I love Super Mario. I've always loved Super Mario, and like, this is a fitting movie for Super Mario Brothers fans. The right thing, not that 1993 bullshit. That's my number 7. My number 6. This is where I piss you guys off. I think I'm gonna take a sip of the drink real quick before I do this. But my number 6 is The Marvels. That's right. My number 6 is The Marvels. I love this movie. I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed off about that, but I think it's one of the better Marvel movies that came out this year. I got another one up here. Don't worry. I only got two Marvel movies up here. So I'm not really jerking Marvel off. Sorry. I don't I don't even know if I can say that, because I plan on putting this on YouTube. So it was like, hopefully I don't get demonetized for that. But yeah, I apologize, YouTube. I apologize for saying that if you don't like that word. I don't know what YouTube doesn't like anymore. I don't know what they like and don't like, so I apologize for saying that. I didn't mean to say it. But I'm not really, I'm not really a fanboy for Marvel this year. I'm not even watching What If right now. Like, I tried to watch What If. I didn't finish Loki. I haven't gone back and watched Quantumania. I haven't even, there's another movie up here I haven't gone back and watched. Like, there's a lot of like I said, I haven't finished Loki. I don't even know what the season finale of Loki was. I didn't finish it. I may watch Echo. I don't know. But I enjoyed The Marvels. Let's get back to that. I enjoyed The Marvels. The Marvels was entertaining to me. If it wasn't anything else, it was entertaining. I enjoyed the chemistry between Brie Larson and Tiana Parrish and Iman Vellani. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the chemistry of the parents of Ms. Marvel. I enjoyed the villain. A lot of people was shitting on this villain. I like that villain. What's her name? Dar-Benn. I liked Dar-Benn. Dar-Benn was actually a pretty good villain. I liked her. I'm waiting for the comments. But how dare you like Dar-Benn? But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Had a great stinger at the end. Pretty great, good stinger that sets up some future things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But we shall see. But yeah, that's my number 6. That's my number 6 favorite movie, The Marvels, and I'm sticking with it. My number 5 is Creed 3. Creed 3. I'm kind of in a spot that I am with Across the Spider-Verse with this. Didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed. Actually, nah, I'm not. I enjoyed this more than Creed 2. Like, Creed 2 was kind of eh. I love the first Creed. The first Creed's amazing. This is probably on par with the first Creed to me. Had a great story. For whatever you want to say about Jonathan Majors was amazing in that movie. He was the breakout of that movie. Sad what happened to him after that. I'm not defending him or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, it's sad that he got into the situation that he got into and it kind of ruined his career. But whether it be his fault or not, you know, it's just sad. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. There's not much I can say about it other than, like, I enjoyed it more than Creed 2. Like I said, I am kind of like with Spider-Verse with this. It was like, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Creed 1. I enjoyed it more than Creed 2, though. It's better than Creed 2. But so, number 5, Creed 3. My number 4 is a movie that I actually saw recently, The Iron Claw. The Iron Claw, the story of the Von Erichs. The Von Erich brothers, or the Von Erich family, because Fritz Von Erich is the father. Enjoyed this movie. Really had a lot of fun with this movie. This might be the best wrestling movie I've ever seen. You know, I've seen a lot of wrestling movies. It's definitely better than Body Slam, but you know, if anybody's seen Body Slam with Roddy Piper, you know, it's definitely better than Body Slam. I gotta review Body Slam. I gotta do a retro review of fucking Body Slam with Roddy Piper. That movie, I used to love that movie as a kid. That movie came out in, like, I think 88. I want to say that movie came out like 87, 88. I love that movie. I gotta do, like, all the old wrestling movies. I gotta do that. I gotta do No Holds Barred. The Suburban Commando. You know, I gotta do all those. All those movies. But yeah, this might be the best. It might be better than The Wrestler. Everybody was talking about The Wrestler. The Wrestler, for its time, was a good movie. It was a good movie, but I think this is better than The Wrestler. I think The Iron Claw is better than The Wrestler. And I hope it gets nominated for Best Picture. I really do. I hope he gets nominated for Best Picture. I hope Zac Efron gets a Best Actor nod, because he deserves it. You know, I used to be like one of those guys that didn't like Zac Efron, but, like, he's won me over. It's him and, like, Robert Pattinson. You know, you can forget, like, stuff that they did when they were, like, young men. It's like both of those guys have become better actors. They've become amazing actors. Zac Efron stepped up his game for this. I don't think he should win, but he should definitely be nominated. He should be nominated for an Academy Award for this. Another person that should be nominated for an Academy Award for this is who plays the guy that played Fritz Von Erich. I forgot his name. His name is like Holt something. His name is Hulk. I think his name is Hulk McNally or something like that. His name is. That guy needs Best Supporting Actor. I hope he gets nominated for Best Supporting Actor, because he was phenomenal too. I liked him as well. But yeah, The Iron Claw. I enjoyed that movie. That's my number 4. My number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Possibly the best MCU movie of 2023. It's the best one. That's why it's so high up on my list, because it's so good. It's so well put together. It's so well written. The action scenes are great. This movie might have the best action sequence in a Marvel movie in a long time, because, like, the action sequence, the final action sequence in this movie is amazing. I love it. I love the way it's shot. It's great. We get a heart-wrenching story. Like, James Gunn really took his time with this movie. He really took his time with this movie, and it showed. This is going to be the last Guardians movie, I think, but we never know with Marvel. But yeah, they ended this trilogy with a bang. They ended it with a bang. I love this movie. It's my number 3. My number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie, man. I'm gonna say that Mutant Mayhem is on par with the first Ninja Turtles movie, the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie. Like, this might be the best Ninja Turtles movie since that. I think I said that in my Mutant Mayhem review. Like, I enjoyed this just as much as I enjoyed the 1990 movie. Like, the one I saw when I was like 4. Like, I saw that movie when I was like 4 years old. But yeah, I enjoyed that movie. Like great action, great comedy. It had a good villain. Superfly was a good villain, but like he kind of loses his way towards the end. I think I said that in my review too, where the final action sequence with him. I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen the movie yet, but it wasn't the best final action sequence, but they did what they could. Like I said, enjoyed the shit out of this movie. Pleasantly surprised. I had fun with this movie. Number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. And my number 1 is They Clone Tyrone. The best movie I saw all year. They Clone Tyrone. This movie, the social commentary in this movie is amazing. You know, the social commentary in this movie is amazing. If you haven't seen They Clone Tyrone, you're missing something. You're missing a masterpiece. You're missing a great fucking movie. Like a well put together movie, well shot movie, great acting by John Boyega and Jamie Foxx and Tiana Parrish. Kiefer Sutherland's good in here. The brief time we see David Alan Grier, he's good in here too. You know, just amazing work by the director, writers, actors. This movie, 10 out of 10. Perfect fucking movie, man. You can't make anything better than this year, man. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. You know, I do want to see American Fiction. That looks good, but I haven't had the time to go out and see it. But I'll probably check it out. I'll probably try to check it out one of these days and give my review on American Fiction, because I do want to watch that one. It looks good. But for now, They Clone Tyrone is my number 1 favorite movie of 2023. I will be back with the top 10 worst movies of 2023 after these messages. All right, welcome back to the show. Now it's time to talk about the other side of the coin. I gave you guys my top 10 favorite movies of 2023. Now I'm going to give you guys the top 10 worst movies of 2023. Let's get into it. Number 10 is You People. I forgot this came out this year. I had to look it up when I was looking up all the movies that I watched. I was like, what are all the movies that I watched this year? And I saw You People. I was like, oh yeah. I forgot that came out this year. I was like, yeah, that movie is fucking garbage. It's one of the most generic comedies you ever want to see. I feel sorry for Eddie Murphy. I'm not even feeling sorry. Eddie Murphy was the best part of this goddamn movie. It's not even his goddamn fault. Eddie Murphy was the best part of You People. It's Eddie Murphy and the little time that Mike Epps is in it. You know, those two guys are the best part of this movie. But everything else about this movie sucks. Oh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is good too. But everything about this movie sucks. Mostly the relationship between Jonah Hill and what's your girl name? I forgot her name. Lauren London. I was about to call her Nipsey Hussle's girlfriend. But were they married? I don't even know if they were married. I don't think they were married. But yeah, Lauren London and Jonah Hill did not make a believable couple. I know Jonah Hill wants a black girl so bad. This is like his third black love interest in a movie. Cause he was dating old girl and he had old girl in 22 Jump Street. He had old girl from The Sitter. If you remember that movie, The Sitter, where he was like a babysitter. And like his love interest was a black girl in that one too. And they're all light skinned black girls too. Like, Jonah Hill likes light skinned black girls. But take that however you want to. But yeah, I was like, Jonah Hill wants a black girlfriend so goddamn bad, and I don't think black girls like him like that. You know. I don't think black girls like him like that. Lauren London surely didn't like him like that. She was treating him like a friend the whole time in this movie. The whole time. I know there's probably people who are like, well, what if you run into Jonah Hill? What if you run into him? Like, I don't care. I really don't care. You know, if I run into him, I back up what I say, even if he would ever hear this. You try to say, I was like, hey man, it is what it is. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, but Lauren London treats him like a friend. She treats him like a platonic friend throughout this whole movie. Like I said, Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Mike Epps, best parts of this movie. But anything other than that, generic as shit. It's a generic romantic comedy. It deserved to be on Netflix. Number 9, I got Shazam! Fury of the Gods. It's like they saw what happened with the first Shazam, and it was like, let's just do that again, you know, with less results. Yeah, man, this movie, another generic movie, just a generic ass superhero movie, and there was a lot of that this year. This year was the year of the generic ass superhero movie, you know. It was like, it wasn't even like Shazam. Shazam wasn't like really bad. It was just boring. You know, it just bored me to tears. I love the first Shazam. The first Shazam is like lightning in a bottle, no pun intended. But yeah, the first Shazam, like I said, lightning in a bottle. They caught something there. They had something there. They tried to follow up and they couldn't execute. They could not execute. Boring ass movie. Zachary Levi is just like overdoing it as Shazam. And then the kid that plays Billy Batson is underdoing it as Billy Batson. Like I said, everybody in this movie just sleepwalking. It's a movie where everybody's sleepwalking. The villains are sleepwalking. Generic ass villains, by the way, is Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. You know, just generic as fuck ass villains. You know, like just and then you gotta, I don't care about this movie, so like I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it. And then you got a generic ass cameo from Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is in here as Wonder Woman. She didn't need to fucking be here. There's another movie on this list that she didn't need to fucking be in that she's in. But yeah, like she didn't need to be in this movie. Like we didn't need Wonder Woman. And they gave it away in the goddamn trailer. So like I'm not really spoiling anything. Wonder Woman's in the goddamn Fury of the Gods trailer. So like I guess people were like, oh shit, Wonder Woman. They tried to get people to come to see the movie because Wonder Woman's there. But she doesn't do shit. She doesn't do a goddamn thing in this movie. But like I said, just boring, generic ass shit, man. Just that's my number 9. Number 9, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. My number 8. Speaking of pissing people off, I piss people off with my best. This is going to be a shock for my worst. Number 8 worst movie of 2023. I'm not going to say all time. Number 8 worst movie of 2023. Barbie. I didn't like it. Shoot me. But don't shoot me. But I'm not wishing that on myself. But not a good movie. I hated it. This movie was Fight Club for white women. That's what it was to me. I saw a lot of similarities to Fight Club in this movie. Like, Fight Club is a movie about inadequate white men. That's what that movie's about. That movie's about inadequate white men. I remember going to see Fight Club because I thought it was going to be about fighting. Like I saw Fight Club, but I was like, what? I was like 14. I was either 13, 14 years old. I saw Fight Club because I thought it was going to be about fighting. The trailer was like, oh shit. It's like Brad Pitt and Ed Norton. They're going to be fighting, and it turned into some other shit. You're like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, that's what Barbie is. Barbie is Fight Club for inadequate white women. That's what it is. I did not relate to it at all. I actually know a lot of black women that didn't relate to this movie. Like every black woman I've ever talked to about this movie this year. Every black woman I've ever talked to about this movie this year did not like this movie. They were like, honest to God. Any black woman I've ever talked about this movie, like they've seen this movie, they was like, yeah, I ain't like Barbie. I thought it sucked. They were like I was like, black women don't relate to this shit. Like, this movie is for white women. And like, that's it. Ryan Gosling's good in it though. Ryan Gosling, standout performance in this movie. They're talking about nominating Margot Robbie for an Oscar for this movie. This is not the movie she needs to be nominated for an Oscar for. She's not bringing her A game in this movie at all. She's just not. I watched it with my daughter. My daughter fell asleep on it. My daughter fell asleep on it. Like, I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, just not good. I don't know what else to say about it. It was like a movie that I watched and I just forgot about. Pretty much that. It was number 8, Barbie. Speaking of movies that I watched that I forgot about like minutes later, my number 7 is The Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid, another generic ass movie. A lot of these movies that are on my list, they're not really like terrible. I mean, I got some terrible movies up here. Don't worry. The bad ones are coming. The really, really, really bad ones are coming as this list goes on. So don't worry. But Little Mermaid, just generic. That's gonna be the theme. Just generic ass movie. Didn't need to be made. They tried to spice up things by making the Little Mermaid black. All they did was just they sparked up controversy. I think it made some money. I think it made a good amount of money, but it didn't. It's not the best movie of the year to me. Like I said, it's something that I saw and I forgot. And like I didn't care for it. I didn't really care for it. Halle Bailey had an amazing voice. I think that girl she's an amazing singer, but I like some of the songs that she did, but other than that, I didn't enjoy this movie. I could say good things about bad movies, but like that's the good thing I can say about this bad movie is like Halle, I almost call her Halle Berry, like Halle Bailey, her musical performance is good. She has a great fucking voice. I love her voice. Her voice is refreshing in 2023 where like there's a lot of girls that just sing and they don't sing. Like every girl wants to be fucking Janae Aiko and Summer Walker. It's refreshing to hear a young woman that can actually belt it out and sing. Like not a good movie. Forgettable ass movie. My number 6 is a movie that nobody was talking about this year, and I just happened to watch it one day. I was just like, let me see what this movie is about. Like nobody's talking about this movie. My number 6 is Big George Foreman. This movie is hilarious. This movie is fucking hilarious, bro. It's like if they did Ali, the Will Smith Ali. If they did Ali with Will Smith on a Lifetime budget. It was like, you want to do Ali and you ain't got no money? Big George Foreman. Even like they got Muhammad Ali in this movie. They got like a fake generic ass Muhammad Ali in here. It was like this movie. They got Forrest Whitaker up in it. Forrest Whitaker's in this movie, and he doesn't age. Cause I think like Forrest Whitaker plays George Foreman's trainer, like the trainer that he met in like Job Corps. This is the guy that trained him how to box. And we go from the 60s to the 90s, and Forrest Whitaker doesn't age a bit. George Foreman does. Like George Foreman ages, but Forrest Whitaker's character is just Forrest Whitaker throughout for like what? 30 years? 32 years? You span like 32 years of George Foreman's life. And Forrest Whitaker just looks the same. Forrest Whitaker just looks the same the whole goddamn time. Like, they don't put no prosthetics on him to make him look older than what he is. I mean, like, Forrest Whitaker is old. He's like in his 50s now, right? Is he in his 50s or in his 60s? But this is a man that he met who was an older man in the 60s, and in the 90s he still looks like he's like 50 something. He hasn't aged. He doesn't look like he's like 80 years old or anything like that. He just looks the same. I know I'm just babbling about that, but this movie very, very Lifetime like. It's like one of those like biopics that they make for Lifetime, like that biopic that they made for Aaliyah, or a movie that recently came up that I've seen a lot of people talk about, Man in the Mirror. This is the boxing version of Man in the Mirror, the Michael Jackson movie that they made on VH1. This is the boxing version of Man in the Mirror. Yeah, and I see why people weren't talking about it, and it sucks because it was made by a director that I like, George Tillman Jr. I like George Tillman Jr. I was okay with the hate that you give. I love Soul Food. Soul Food's one of my favorite movies. But I don't know what happened. I guess he just didn't have the money and he couldn't make the movie that he wanted to make. And it's sad. It's fucking sad because George Foreman is an icon. George Foreman is an icon in pop culture, and he deserved better. He definitely deserved better than this shit. That was my number 6. Number 5 is Blue Beetle. Or as I like to call it, the George Lopez Comedy Hour. Because like that's my like. Other than this movie, again being generic, it's just another reason for George Lopez to do his stand-up comedy. You know, because that's all he does. They should have called it just Blue Beetle and George Lopez. You know, I rant and rave about it in my Blue Beetle review. You know how much I just fucking hate George Lopez in this movie. Like he overshadows Blue Beetle, just overshadows the fuck out of Blue Beetle. And like you would think, like I said, you would think this is his movie. You would think this is George Lopez's movie, and not Blue Beetle's movie. You know, like he overshadows the fuck. And this movie just copies other movies. It copies Iron Man. It copies Black Panther. It copies Green Lantern for some reason. There's some other superhero movie. It copies pretty much every other fucking superhero movie that you've ever seen, ever. You know, it copies fucking everything. Copies Spider-Man, just everything. But yeah, man, watch my Blue Beetle review to hear what I think about Blue Beetle. I go on a tirade. I go on a rant about Blue Beetle in that movie. About the Blue Beetle movie. That's my number 5. My number 4, another movie that I just watched recently. Leave the World Behind. I also have a review about that. There's not much I can say about it. Like it's an M. Night Shyamalan ripoff. Like I said, go watch my review of Leave This World Behind. It's on all podcasting platforms. I think I put it up on YouTube. I put it up on YouTube as well. If you want to watch the YouTube version, you can watch that one too. But yeah, man, great performances by Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke, Kevin Bacon. What's this new black girl? What's her name? I think her name is Mila Harold or something like that. Her name is. I found her name. I think I said it right. I'm sorry. She's gorgeous girl, beautiful girl, but I'm trying to get her name right. Because like she's popping up a lot. I think they're making a case for her to be the next big star. But yeah, man, they had great performances, but just the movie didn't make any goddamn sense. The movie didn't make no fucking sense. Like I said, it's an M. Night Shyamalan. It's like M. Night Shyamalan mixed with Jordan Peele. Like they were just pulling from that, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all for me. That's my number 4. Leave This World Behind. My number 3 is Five Nights at Freddy's. I would have never watched this movie. Honestly, I would have never watched this movie if my daughter didn't want to watch it. She enjoyed it. My daughter loved it. I'm not throwing her under the bus, but it sounds like I'm throwing her under the bus, but I'm not. She's just a kid, and like she just wanted to watch this movie. She loved it, but I did not. Like this is the opposite of Megan. How I love Megan because it was big dumb fun. This movie is confusing as fuck. I guess you gotta play Five Nights at Freddy's to understand it, but there's just so much thing. Like the storytelling is off. When the I want to call them puppets, but when like the animatronics come to life, like nobody's really scared of them. It's like this is a horror movie for kids, is what this is. This is a horror movie. This is a horror movie for like kids my daughter's age, like 7 to for the 7 to 12-year-old age range. Like if you're 7 to 12, you're gonna like Five Nights at Freddy's. If you're older than this, you're gonna think this shit is fucking stupid, you know? So, but like, yeah, man, this movie didn't make any goddamn. This is another movie that didn't make any goddamn sense. Nobody was scared of anything. There was nothing scary in this movie. This movie did not scare me at all, you know. And then the final reveal was stupid as shit, you know. So that's why this is my number 3. Five Nights at Freddy's number 3. My number 2 is Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone is my number 2, starring Gal Gadot. Another generic ass action movie. I got a Heart of Stone review up there too. Just very generic. Gal Gadot, her acting is off. Like it's not good. The story's not good. Like I said, this movie, like I think I said this in my review. Like it was like this is like if Chat GPT made a movie. I want to say this movie was made by Chat GPT. You know, like it's like I said, it's like it hits all the beats of like a generic action film. That's all it does. If you want to know more, watch my Heart of Stone review. Another thing I'll probably put up on YouTube. That's my number 2. My number 1 worst movie of 2023 is The Flash. Terrible fucking movie. This movie was shoddy as fuck. Like, the story sucked. The CGI sucked. Ezra Miller sucked as the Flash. The acting sucked. Everything in this movie fucking sucked. I don't like how they played with the dead in this movie. Like, they played with, like, George Reeves and Christopher Reeves. And there was a couple of other dead people that they played with in this movie. And I was just like, this is what they want to do. I'm like, this is what they want to do. This is why AI shouldn't exist. The Flash made a case for why AI shouldn't exist. Because it's just like, wow, you can put dead people in this movie. Because there's a bunch of like people that have played superheroes that are dead now in this movie. And I'm like, bruh, this is not in good taste. I don't like this shit. This is not in good taste. But yeah, man, that's why this movie's like one of my worst. Like the baby scene, and this is at the beginning of the movie. The baby scene, another pointless cameo by Wonder Woman, a pointless cameo by Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne and Batman. We get George Clooney at the end. I don't mind spoiling this piece of shit. You get George Clooney in the end as Bruce Wayne. That was supposed to be funny, I guess. Poor Kiersey Clemons is wasted as Iris West. They really don't do anything with her. They don't explore the romance between Iris West and Barry Allen at all. She's just there. But yeah, man, this movie, Michael Keaton is wasted. Michael Shannon's wasted. The girl that played Supergirl, just a lot of wasted things. Just a lot of wasted people in this movie. Yeah. That's my number 1. That's my number 1 worst movie